you've been making a mistake, a big one. For years, you've been taking a supplement, perhaps with the best intentions, to fix your anxiety, your sleepless nights, your muscle cramps. But what if I told you that what you were doing was so wrong until now? You should absolutely know that the number one mistake you've ever made in your life regarding your health is how you've been approaching magnesium supplements. You felt the frustration, haven't you? The hope that a simple pill would bring relief only to be met with disappointment. It's a silent epidemic of misunderstanding, and today we are going to expose the truth behind why your magnesium is not working and what you must do differently. We're diving deep into the science, cutting through the marketing hype, and revealing the crucial insights that Dr. Berg and the latest research have brought to light. This isn't just about taking a supplement. It's about understanding your body and reclaiming your health. Stay tuned because what you're about to learn could fundamentally change your approach to well-being. Let's start with the foundational misunderstanding, the recommended dietary allowance or RAD. You pick up a magnesium bottle, see a dosage like 350 to 420 milligrams and assume that that's what you need. But here's the shocking truth. That number was never designed to optimize your health. It was actually calculated merely to prevent severe deficiency diseases like seizures, the bare minimum for survival. It's like putting a single drop of water into the parched desert and expecting a lush garden. When you take this bare minimum, expecting profound therapeutic effects for your anxiety, insomnia, or muscle pain, you're setting yourself up for failure. The RDA assumes you're a healthy individual eating a healthy diet. But let's be honest, how many of us truly fit that description? If you're experiencing muscle cramps, insomnia, or anxiety, your body's demand for magnesium is significantly higher than what the RDA suggests. Furthermore, factors like coffee consumption, sugar intake, and antacid used further deplete your magnesium stores and increase your need even more. The RDA, established in 1997, was based on body weights that are often outdated today. For many, the actual minimum daily requirement to prevent deficiency, let alone achieve therapeutic benefits, is far greater than the label suggests. Studies showing improvements in anxiety, depression, blood pressure, and migraines often utilize dosage of up to 800 milligrams per day, sometimes for weeks or even higher. One clinical group even stated that 600 milligrams per day is the minimum to begin correcting a deficiency, and it needs to be continued for over a month to see the results. If you've been taking 300 or 400 milligrams for a couple of weeks and seen no change, now you know why. This brings us to the second massive mistake, the form of magnesium you're taking. For years, magnesium oxide has been the go-to. It's cheap, compact, and you can fit a lot of it into one capsule, making it seem convenient. A 400 milligram capsule sounds impressive, right? But here's the catch. Magnesium oxide has an abysmal absorption rate of only about 4%. That means if you're taking a 400 milligram pill, your body might only absorb a mere 16 milligrams. How about the rest? It often leads to unpleasant side effects like diarrhea, cramping, and gastrointestinal distress, because all that unabsorbed magnesium pulls water into your intestines. This low absorption rate also explains why many historical studies on magnesium showed limited benefits. When researchers used magnesium oxide, they couldn't administer high enough doses to see significant effects without causing digestive issues. So, if you're taking magnesium oxide, unless you're using it specifically as a temporary laxative, you are likely not getting the therapeutic benefits you seek. What's the solution? A much better form of magnesium is called magnesium glycinate. Not only does it bypass the gastrointestinal problems associated with magnesium oxide, but it boasts an absorption rate of around 80%. But there is an even more compelling reason to choose glycinate. The glycinate component itself. Glycine is an amino acid that helps calm the nervous system and increases the GABA, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation and can improve sleep. This brings us to how magnesium profoundly affects your brain. Think of your brain as having a gas pedal and a brake. Glutamate is a gas pedal, exciting your neurons, helping you focus and react quickly. This is normal and necessary. But when it's time to wind down, to sleep, you need the break. GABA. Magnesium acts as the cofactor, the helper for the receptor that allows your system to wind down. When magnesium levels are low, that break doesn't work effectively. Your neurons stay overexcited and your brain runs hot even during sleep. This overexcitation often mimics the symptoms of high cortisol, the stress hormone. Anxiety, insomnia, irritability, racing thoughts, muscle cramps, and palpitations can all be signs of either a cortisol issue or an overactive brain that cannot switch off. Many people assume it is solely cortisol and try adaptogens like ashwagandha, sometimes with limited success. But for a significant number, the problem lies in that inability to turn off the gas pedal, requiring much more magnesium to correct. How do you differentiate? For cortisol issues, you might see more belly fat, higher blood glucose, and problems with your immune system. An overactive brain, however, often manifests an insomnia despite exhaustion, muscle twitches, jaw tension, teeth grinding, and restless leg syndrome. The good news is, if you have an overactive brain, you might respond to magnesium within an hour. But if it's a cortisol problem, it could take days. Both issues, however, stem from a magnesium deficiency, when both require more than the bare minimum to correct. This isn't just true for magnesium. It applies actually to other vital nutrients like vitamin D and vitamin B1, where recommended daily amounts are often far too low to create any significant change in the body. Now, here's another fascinating and frustrating truth. Getting your magnesium levels tested at the doctor is virtually impossible to do accurately. Why? Because most of your body's magnesium is stored inside your cells, not in your blood plasma. Only about 1% of your magnesium is in your blood plasma. If you're deficient, your bones will actually release magnesium into your blood to maintain that 1%, making your blood test appear normal even when you're severely deficient. Some might suggest a red blood cell magnesium test, which is slightly better, but still not ideal. Red blood cells lack mitochondria, where 65% of your magnesium is used to produce energy. So, even this test won't give you the full picture. In fact, one study found that 50% of people with a magnesium deficiency had normal blood magnesium levels. The only truly accurate way to test is through a tissue biopsy, which is rarely practical. The power of magnesium is not a new discovery. Over a century ago, a doctor named P.J. Weston gave magnesium to 250 patients suffering from severe agitated depression. The result, a staggering 90% success rate with 220 out of 250 patients showing improvements. This groundbreaking study, published in the first volume of the American Journal of Psychiatry, has largely been forgotten. And what were the dosage? Not the partly 400 milligrams, but between 500 and 1200 milligrams per day. Today, 60% of depression is classified as treatment resistance. Perhaps because we are overlooking simple nutritional deficiencies that were once recognized as crucial. Why is magnesium deficiency so rampant today? Modern farming practices, with their NPK fertilizers, inhibit magnesium absorption in crops, leaving our food looking good but nutritionally empty. On top of that, stress, caffeine, junk foods, and even intense exercise all deplete our magnesium stores. It's a vicious cycle. Insomnia leads to higher cortisol, which depletes more magnesium, increasing brain excitation, and thus the demand for even more magnesium, the raw material needed to turn off both the stress response and brain overactivity, is simply missing. Alright, now let's talk about the solution. The solution is too simple, yet often overlooked. Take the right form of magnesium and take enough of it. Magnesium glycinate is your best bet for therapeutic effects. And if you're trying to correct a deficiency or address symptoms like high blood pressure, palpitations, arrhythmias, migraines, or insomnia, don't just take 400 milligrams once a day. Consider spreading out doses of 300, 350, or 400 milligrams several times a day. Some individuals may even need between 1000 to 1400 milligrams per day to see significant changes. This is far more than the outdated RDA. But now, you understand why. If you have an overactive brain, you could notice changes within hours of starting proper magnesium supplementation. The glutamate-driven cravings and unhealthy habits can begin to subside as your brain finds its off switch. Try it for 30 days and prove it to yourself. The impact can be profound. You've been misled, not intentionally, but by your outdated guidelines and a lack of understanding about how our bodies thoroughly utilize this vital mineral. The magnesium mistake is widespread, but now you have the knowledge to correct it. By choosing magnesium glycinate and taking adequate spread out doses, you can finally give your body what needs to calm your nervous system, improve your sleep, alleviate muscle issues, and even support your mental well-being. Don't let another day go by making the same mistake. Empower yourself with this knowledge and start your journey towards optimal health. Magnesium is a truly fascinating topic, and there is always more to learn. If you haven't seen my other videos on related health topics, be sure to check them out. And if you found this video insightful, I would like to ask you to like, share, and subscribe to Dr. Mac's YouTube channel for more evidence-based information health. Thanks for watching. And remember, your health is your greatest wealth.